If this doesn't convince you that Trudeau is leaving, I don't know what will. Tanya's taking the night off tonight, folks. Yes, the Prime Minister is resigning. Yes, an election is coming. And we bring you proof of both of these in this video from two different sources. Trudeau is so intent on leaving, he is literally taking the furniture with him. And no, that's not a joke. Let's take a look.
Edmonton Ray's Mark Carney is the new leader of the Liberal Party of Canada and will soon become our country's next Prime Minister. Carney has won the Liberal leadership race despite never running for public office before, beating out candidates like former Deputy Prime Minister Chrystia Freeland. CTV's Connor Hogg has been following this story for us today and joins us live in studio this evening. So, Connor, now that Carney has won the leadership race, what happens next?
Well, Matt, Carney will now attempt to leverage his decades-long financial career into winning over Canadians in the next federal election. Experts we spoke to say that it could be happening soon, and there is a chance that the next Prime Minister could run for a seat in Parliament here in Edmonton.
The next Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney.
Mark Carney announced as the winner of the federal Liberal leadership race by a decisive majority, capturing nearly 86% of the vote. The soon-to-be Prime Minister wasting no time speaking to Canada's suddenly tumultuous relationship with the United States.
And now our neighbors want to take us. No way. No way.
Carney urged national unity and unveiled his Canada Strong campaign slogan for a federal election experts say will likely come sooner rather than later.
The most precious commodity is momentum, and Mark Carney has it right now.
Carney spent his first full day as Liberal leader in meetings with Prime Minister Justin Trudeau and the Liberal caucus.
And so it's incredibly important for me to hear directly from the members of caucus the concerns of Canadians on the ground, their priorities.
Alberta Premier Danielle Smith posted on X saying Carney needs to call an election immediately. Would you like to see him call an election soon?
Yes. Yeah, definitely needs to be an election. I don't think any Liberal leader swinging anywhere to the left side is really what Canada needs at this point in time.
He's all right. I don't know much of him. I haven't heard much. I feel like he was decided a bit last minute.
Experts we spoke to say it's likely Canadians will be headed to the polls soon.
I do think that means we're going to see an election called within a week or so, and we're going to have a vote in this country, right across the country, probably by the end of April.
And there is word that some in the Carney camp are encouraging him to run for an Edmonton seat.
The speculation is he will run either in Edmonton or in Ottawa. Those are really the two places he calls home, in the sense that he grew up in Edmonton and he now lives in Ottawa.
Okay, so there's Scott Reid again. We had him on a video the other day where he was also saying that, better prepare for an election. It's coming, and he's agreeing with everything that we've heard from EDAs around the country and people that are inside Parliament Hill. So this is what we've been postulating. This is what we've been hearing. This isn't our opinion. This is what everyone is telling us. So it's coming, folks. It is absolutely coming. Now, it's interesting that he's considering running in either Edmonton or Ottawa. If he is smart, he will run in Ottawa. But who's he going to kick out of what seat? Who's he going to kick out of what safe seat? Is he going to kick Greg Fergus out? Greg Fergus is, over in Quebec, but who are you going to kick out that's in Ottawa that is a safe seat? That's going to be an interesting question. A old white dude kicking out possibly a minority person. It's not going to look too good for the Liberal Party, is it? But, there we go. Now, this isn't the only source that we're bringing you today that is talking about an election coming. We have a story from the Globe and Mail that kind of talks about what's next for Mark Carney, and they were actually able to speak to three sources inside Carney's camp that says an election's coming. Carney's next moves. When is the new Liberal leader officially Prime Minister? When is the next election? Snap your voting. Expect it next week. Ms. Simon, at Mr. Trudeau's request, prorogued Parliament until March 24th, suspending all House business that could bring the minority government down while the leadership race was in progress. But Mr. Carney has the option to call a snap election before that. He's likely to do this the week before prorogation ends, according to three sources in the Carney camp whom the Globe is not identifying so they can speak freely about internal party talks. The spring election expected by late April or early May. April 28th or May 5th are election dates currently under consideration, the three Carney sources said. That gives parties just more than a month on the campaign trail, a fairly standard length for federal elections. That's what we've been saying, folks. So it looks like Brian Lilley's hypothesis of calling an election on or just after March 16th, that seems to be in line with this timeline because that's next week. And then the April 28th, May 5th timeline, that seems to fit in what we initially heard, which was around May 5th. Then it moved back to April 21st to the 28th. And so now we're back to April 28th to May 5th. So looks like we're doing a late April, early May election. My guess is they'd be doing that to stay away from Easter. That's my guess. But this is sources now coming from inside Carney's camp. So get your ballots ready, folks, because this is coming. And regarding where Carney is going to run, again, if he's smart, he's gonna run in Ottawa. But please, Mark, choose to run in Edmonton. And you phenomenal Albertans out there, get out there and completely destroy him in that riding so he doesn't win his seat. That would be just poetic justice for this whole debacle that has gone on for the end of the Trudeau government and Carney's, coronation that he had yesterday. So that would be absolutely perfect. So I really hope he has an ego to say, well, I'm going to run and I'm going to win my riding in Edmonton. Yeah, go for it. I dare you. I frickin' dare you. Now, Justin Trudeau. If this doesn't convince you that Trudeau is leaving, I don't know what will. This is Justin Trudeau, and this was a photo taken by Reuters. So this isn't some AI generated garbage that's out there. This was a photo that was taken by Reuters. And it's Justin Trudeau literally carrying his chair out of the building. So if this does not convince you that Justin Trudeau is resigning, I got nothing. I have nothing, because this is about as much as you can get. He is not intending on going back to Parliament, to the House of Commons, to sit in his seat. He's done. He is absolutely done. And this is interesting because when we first saw this, we thought, what the heck is going on? Well, it's interesting because there's actually a bit of a tradition that that MPs are allowed to partake in when they are leaving the House of Commons. And we found the particulars of that procedure in the Parliamentary House Manual for Members of Parliament. So this is called the Member Allowances and Service Manual. So this basically talks about everything that the members of Parliament are allowed to do with regards to computer equipment, with assets, and everything like that. So if we scroll all the way down to section 5.6, it says, Parliamentary office, members not seeking re-election, which Justin Trudeau said he was not, must vacate their parliamentary office and empty any secure storage units by election day. Well, why would he be starting to vacate his office? Why would he be starting to exit the building if an election wasn't going to be called until 2026 or until October? He seems to be in a hurry to get that stuff out. Sounds like an election is coming. Well, why is he carrying his chair? Members of Parliament not seeking re-election may not purchase House assets for their personal use, with the exception of a replica of their chair in chamber, which may be purchased at replacement cost plus applicable taxes, and their primary smartphone, which may be purchased at the re-established market value. This is a neat tradition. Doesn't matter what party you're in. When you're done, you could actually purchase a replica of your chair that you sat in the House of Commons. And you have the option of having it engraved, and it can be delivered to your, to the House of Commons and to your office, so that you literally can carry it out with you. So it's kind of a neat tradition. What a keepsake that you can have. Now, the public is not allowed to purchase House of Commons chairs. It's only there for the members of Parliament. But this is a really neat tradition. But it just goes to show that Trudeau's leaving. He's literally taken the furniture. He's packing up his office. And as they say, he's out of here, folks. So now we move on to Mark Carney. An election is expected to be called next week. And here we go.